Hey, everybody. Um, I missed the live event in the White House, but I have now seen the tape. And I have to tell you, if you believe for one moment that the theatrical horseshit that Donald Trump and J.D. Vance just engaged in the Oval Office with President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine was anything but a big wet kiss on Vladimir Putin's puckered ass, you are mistaken. These men have sold out the world. They've sold out NATO. They've sold out Ukraine. And most importantly, they've sold out America's interests in the world. That was a absolutely outrageous moment in the history of diplomacy. It has never been seen before at that level where an American president and an American vice president decided to stand with a dictatorial, autocratic war criminal in the name of Vladimir Putin and to beat up the president of a country that has fought for its life tooth and nail for the last 3 years since the illegal Russian invasion of its soil. Donald Trump has always wanted to cut off Ukraine. He has always wanted to set the bar with this absurd mineral deal so high that no country could take it. He has looked for an excuse from the moment he was sworn in to screw Ukraine and to please Vladimir Putin. Do not mistake what you are seeing. This is not Trump being strong and masculine. This is Trump cosplaying. This is Trump and Vance cosplaying. They're calling their master back in Moscow and saying, did we do good? Did we do good? Because this is what it was. It wasn't about strength. It wasn't about American interests. It wasn't about peace. Donald Trump could give a shit about peace. If it makes him money, he'd walk over 1,000 miles of corpses. This is about pleasing Putin. This is about giving Vladimir Putin something he wants, and that is the reassembly of the old Soviet Union within its old borders. Am I angry? You bet the fuck I'm angry. Do you know why? Because this was an unnecessary and grotesque display of obedience to Vladimir Putin, to a man who is an avowed enemy of this nation, of its values, of its people, and of its interests. Donald Trump showed you once again. He doesn't care about your prosperity. He doesn't care about your security. He doesn't care about your values. He doesn't care about this country. He cares about Vladimir Putin. Whatever it is, I don't care and I don't know. I don't care if Comrade Krasnov is what's going on here. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I don't care if Trump just does this to troll people. It doesn't matter. What does matter is he has now placed America in a position where we are an unfaithful ally. He's now placed America in a position where we are standing with Vladimir fucking Putin. If you don't get this, if you think this is some triumph for America right now, if you think this is America first, you are a fucking moron. Let me be clear about that. If you think, Trump listeners, that I am insulting you right now by calling you fucking morons, I do so because you are fucking morons. If you believe that America's interests are best served in the loving arms of the murderous dictator Vladimir Putin, and that you're overjoyed right now by the contemptuous behavior in the White House by Trump and Vance, then you are a fucking idiot. I mean, I know I shouldn't be using those harsh terms for the YouTube algorithm, but when your behavior, and I guarantee you MAGA will be overjoyed by this, there will not be a single one of them who wakes up tomorrow morning and says, wow, we should not have done that. Wow, Trump should not have done that. Wow, we should stand with our allies. Wow, Europe would be safer if Putin were not on the scene. None of those things will enter your minds for two reasons. One, because those of you with the cognitive power to do so are so morally compromised now that you believe that Putin's the good guy, that you believe that Ukraine is the enemy, that your nationalist, populist, white supremacist bullshit leads you to say, I'm going to stand with the guy who loves the masculine Vladimir Putin, because get out of here. But the rest of you who are so cognitively fucked, who spend your life inside the Fox News, Twitter, media bubble, who don't have a reading or understanding of history or diplomacy or the slightest comprehension of what it means to embrace a dictator like Vladimir Putin, you will never understand it because you are incapable of understanding it. For those of you Republicans in the Senate, and I know there are still a handful of you who give a fuck, this is your doing. You did this. You chose this. You're going to watch as Europe burns. I said 2 weeks ago, I think Trump might have started World War III in Europe, and when he sent Vance and Hegseth over there to tee up today's debacle. Russia has a green light now for everything. Russia has a green light to go into Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. From, you know, from every single indicator, Putin was on his last legs. Putin was getting his ass handed to him. Lost 1 million men, 3,000 tanks, hundreds of airplanes. All of it was closing in on him. Donald Trump threw him a lifeline. Donald Trump gave him the win. Now, I don't think victory is inevitable for Russia. And in fact, I think there are a lot of arguments that Russia has pretty much tapped itself out economically, diplomatically, and politically. I think Europe has woken the fuck up. And I truly believe that Donald Trump will very soon offer military aid to Russia. I believe this in my heart of hearts. And I want every single one of you people who think, oh, this is such a brilliant moment of diplomacy, when Donald Trump starts offering Russia intelligence and weapons and support and protection, I want you to tell me if you still think you live in the America you voted for.